Hola y gracias para ti, Toastface Top 50 Movie List Drinking Game. Broughton zum diesen vielen Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Solo pero paracaídas großen Bang Bang und Structuren bilden mit zum Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Diesen Wegen win Topher als Monica sprechen. Put it in your mouth. Trago traga. Ja, ja, verhoven que la mañanas. Put it in your mouth. Trago traga. Celebración y celebración es posible.
Try it again.
Try what again?
Get loud.
Ah! Ooh.
Keep going.
Yeah. You just want me to do this so you can record it.
No, I don't. Keep going.
You're a liar and a coward.
I think that'll work.
You think that'll work?
I think so.
Oh, good.
Toastface Podcast.
Toastface.
Toastface
We're gonna
Podcast.
pod some cast.
Toastface
We're
Podcast.
gonna toast some face.
Toastface
We're
Podcast.
gonna pod some cast.
Welcome to the Toastface Podcast. This is Topher Owen,
Monica Owen.
and together we are Toastface, and this is the Toastface Top 50 Movie List Podcast, where we talk to you about our favorite top 50 movies that you just gotta see.
Yes.
This podcast was inspired by Craigslist, which is a fantastic podcast created by Craig and Carla Kakowski. Go and check it out. In our podcast, though, we make it a little bit different, as
Just a little.
just a little. The two of us have created our own lists individually, and we're sharing them with each other and with you each and every week. We're going to be talking to you about these movies like you've seen them before, so there will be spoilers.
Spoilers.
Lots and lots of spoilers. In fact, there might be spoilers for movies that you haven't seen, even if you have seen the movie that we're talking about.
Oh, that's true, because we just spoil other movies other than the ones we're talking about.
Yeah.
We are professional spoilers.
We are, yeah. In fact, here in the studio, the Toastface studio, we have a spoiler certificate hanging proudly on the wall, identifying us as pro spoilers.
It's on our resumes.
So, did I have clarifications from It Follows? I feel like I did.
No, you didn't. I don't know. You haven't had any. I'm not in charge of the clarifications. What?
You were all over the map just then. All over the map. Everywhere. You were from Oklahoma City to Edmond on that my map. So typically what we like to do is we like to do clarifications at this point in our podcast. But I don't think, you know what? There is a clarification.
Oh.
Yeah. I gave a dollar amount last time for the VHS copy of The Big Blue,
Sure.
and it was over $100.
Yeah.
The actual copy amount is about $39.
That's a pretty big clarification.
It is. It's a goddamn huge clarification.
So if you were hindered from spending $100, but you really wanted the Big Blue, please feel free to spend $40.
Exactly. You can do it, and I would recommend it. Here endeth our clarifications.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the movie that we watched for this week. The movie that we watched for this week was The Big Blue.
Longest movie ever.
We watched the director's cut on DVD. And
Longest movie ever.
she's not lying. In fact, Monica very rarely lies well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, back in this was my number 46.
46.
This was my number 46 movie, and back in 1988, I went to see the U.S. version, the U.S. release of The Big Blue in the theater. The U.S. release of The Big Blue was a box office bomb.
Sure.
It didn't make any money at all.
I don't guess I'm surprised. I'm sorry. I don't guess I'm surprised by that.
You know what's funny, though?
What?
The Big Blue was the top box office draw, making more money than any movie in the 1980s in France.
I'm not surprised by that either.
And it was released in 1988. So all of the movies that were released in the 1980s, this one made the most money with only 2 years left in that decade.
Whoa.
It was pretty significant. So the U.S. version had a score by Bill Conti, and it was about 2 hours long. The version that we watched had a score by Eric Serra, and it was 2 hours and 85 years long. It was so... It was
so true.
It was so disappointing on a movie that I love.
Well, but here's something I gotta say. It was genuinely the longest movie ever. And I was aware of its length and how long it was taking, but I didn't ever feel like, oh my God, turn it off. Because it was just such a lovely film. Just really pretty and peaceful and calm. So even though it was crazy long,
Yeah.
and I don't want to watch it again,
Yeah.
it wasn't one that I was like, I've watched a lot of long movies with you and been like, oh my God, when the fuck can we turn this off?
Yeah.
This was not one of them.
I really do want to go back and watch the U.S. cut of this movie. Not with you. You don't have to see it with me. But I personally want to watch it because the DVD cut of this movie, it was shitty. It ruined the movie.
Oh.
It really... The DVD
But
cut...
there was so much more in it that explained things. And not like blatantly explained them, but just gave a little bit of understanding to some of the stuff that went down.
Yeah, but, you know, on... looking back on it, you really don't need that shit. You don't need it for the story that they're telling.
Okay.
For example, the love scene.
Which one?
The one and only love scene between Jean-Marc Barr and Rosanna Arquette. Oh, yeah, there was.
Yeah, I remember love scenes.
There was. So in the U.S. version, there was only one love scene, and it was pretty tame.
It was the first one in the longest one ever that we watched.
Yeah, it was.
So you're saying they didn't need the second one?
I don't think so.
But there was boobs in the second one.
I know. And I don't think you need it.
You always need boobs, babe. Like, there's never an instance in which you don't need boobs.
I'm not going to argue that. Boobs help.
I'm not arguing that with you.
I'm not arguing that with you.
Stop doing voices better than me, okay? Just cut it out.
Look, get your bachelor's in voices like I did.
You got your...
I got my bachelor's in voices. and then we'll have a voice off. Until that time, I'm not going to tie myself down. I'm going to let this girl fly. I'm not arguing that with you. I'm pretty sure I spoke in tongues right there.
That was impressive.
Where the fuck were we?
In tongues with a Brooklyn accent.
The Big Blue I saw in 1988 in the theater. I loved it. I fell in love with it. I have a connection to dolphins. I feel like a lot of people do. But I in particular have a connection with dolphins.
You in particular, more than anyone else.
I do, yeah. I took an informal survey of the population of the U.S., and I informally came out ahead of everyone else. So I think in particular was necessary in that sense.
This is something I know about you, but I forget because like you're not the kind of dolphin file who has dolphins everywhere and on everything. Like I've seen you have 2 or 3, and they were disposable.
Yeah.
And it's really funny to me right now that you have this connection with dolphins, because in my mind you suddenly become like a middle-aged housewife with a curio cabinet full of dolphins.
Right. I know what you're saying.
You're very funny as a middle-aged housewife.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have that. There have been times in my life where I've had dolphin posters in my house or my apartment, and they all suck. All of them have been really horrible, and I've gotten them just because I wanted dolphins around. But they were all just really bad, and I was like, well, fuck this shit. I'm not going to put sucky dolphins up on my wall. They were like sick dolphins. Dolphins with like cancer coming out of their throat, and you could see the goiter, and it was like, fuck, I don't want to see
Where
a
were
sick
you shopping for posters, babe?
Super Target.
Oh.
This episode is brought to you by Super Target. Super Target. We don't discriminate if you have a cancerous goiter in their throat.
Gorder. That's a combination of a gourd and a goiter.
It's a quarter goiter.
What has happened? That ravioli is really getting to me.
It really is kicking in, huh? That sauce was spicy.
It was.
So I loved this movie in 1988 when I saw it. It was beautiful. Its cinematography was lovely. I loved that it was shot in black and white, and then it transforms into color.
Transforms.
It does. Just like Wizard of Oz.
Pardon me.
In case you haven't seen Wizard of Oz, that happens in Wizard of Oz. Spoiled it for you. It was just gorgeous. There's a shot of the sea that we're just looking out on it, and it's sparkling in the sunlight, and the sea looks like just an ocean of stars. I love that shit. I love it.
So cute. Now, when you describe it like that, because you were like, you played it back, and you were like, look at this. Look at this. And I was like, it's pretty bleak.
Yeah.
Landscape shot.
Yeah.
But then when you describe it like that, it's like, oh, yeah, that's magical.
Yeah. To me, the movie was super magical. And I was interested with the relationship between Jean-Marc-Barr and Jean Reno.
The bully and the star.
Yeah.
Who's very mild-mannered.
Yeah. And I was interested in...
Not the word I was looking for.
I was interested in the relationship between Jean-Marc-Barr and Rosanna Arquette. I just loved... I thought all of those relationships were quite interesting. Relationships that I hadn't seen expressed in that way before. So that the two main male characters had a sort of a love-hate relationship with each other. They were competitors. They wanted to beat each other, but they really did care for each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
And the main male character and the woman, they love each other. And there's this thing that the male character loves ultimately more.
Death. It's death, people. He loves death.
Than the female
more than
character.
love.
And they don't realize it until the end of the movie, where she says the thing that she says, which I was about to say, and it would have made me cry.
Oh, I was like, why didn't you say that?
Because just thinking about it, I get moved. This movie really moves me quite a bit.
Cool.
Go and see, my love. Conk, and she pulls the rope. And
Yeah, there you go. You did it.
I did it.
I'm so proud of you.
I've got a cry in my throat.
Not that there's anything wrong with crying about it.
Man, that part really gets to me. I just love this movie, and the DVD killed it, and I'm angry at the DVD.
Oh, relax.
And that movie right there is the same thing as the DVD, the VHS
The one with
copy
the dolphin
that
on it?
I'm pointing to right now. Yeah.
Well, there's two literally right next to each other. So.
The one on the left, which has Rosanna Arquette's face looking up, that's the VHS that is the U.S. cut.
Okay.
And that's worth $39.
Oh my god.
The one on the right is the director's cut that we watched on DVD, and that's the one that that really killed it for me. And I've seen it before, obviously, but I don't.
You forgot.
I guess, yeah.
And you like the music better in the American one, yes?
The Bill Conti version of the soundtrack is amazing. I feel like maybe we'll have to cut to some Bill Conti Big Blue soundtrack here.
Wasn't that lovely?
It was so good. Didn't you like that part where he did the thing?
I did.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot better than the Eric Serra soundtrack, which we'll cut to here. You see?
Yeah.
It was shitty.
He's Michael Cera's grandfather, you know.
Is he?
Sure.
Okay.
What is happening?
So what did you think about The Big Blue? I've gone on and on.
It's a fine movie. I'm pretty sure I saw. I'm sorry, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm pretty sure I saw the American cut. I would have remembered sitting there for so long.
Now, when did you see the American cut? Do you remember?
No. Late 80s, early 90s. I didn't see it in the theater.
So you would have rented
It's something
the
I saw on
videotape.
VHS. Yeah. But I liked it, but it wasn't something that I loved. And again, this time around, it's a sweet, lovely movie. It gets a little weird at the end. And I'm not even talking about like the dolphins and mermaids thing. I don't know.
I don't think we get any mermaids in the U.S. cut.
There weren't any mermaids in that one either. They were all dolphins.
I don't think there's even any talk of mermaids in the U.S. cut.
Oh.
But
Gotcha.
Are you talking about it gets weird, like where he sits up in bed and his nose is bleeding in that dream?
Yeah. Just the whole thing. His relationship with Rosanna. I always want to call her Roxanna. I don't know why. Arquette gets kind of weird at the end, and I don't know. I don't really have words to explain it. It just kind of starts to go off the rails. It doesn't go off the rails, but it starts heading that direction.
It takes you to places that you don't want to go.
Sure. Do you have a favorite scene in this movie?
I have several favorite scenes. I'll try and go by them. I'll try and go very quickly with them. The black and white scene at the beginning in Greece, where the boy is feeding the big black fish in the rock.
It's an eel.
A big black eel in the rock. Both times that he does that, I love that. The scene where his father dies, and we see Enzo as well as who's Jean Marc-Barr's character? What is his name?
Peter.
We see Enzo and Peter both struggling to accept that Peter's dad is dying underwater and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I love the scene at the restaurant where Rosanna Arquette has come in and she's come for Peter. Give me that. Give me one of those. What is his name? Jacques Mayor. Bring me the Frenchman. Bring me Jacques Mayor.
Mm-hmm.
So Jacques and Enzo are at the restaurant, and Joanna Baker comes in, and Enzo's like, "Oh, she's come for me," but she hasn't. She's come for Jacques.
I'm a world champion, you know.
I, by the way, am world champion. It's so good. It's so good. What? No. What? You're making a face like I've done something wrong.
Just correcting everything I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just
Why?
I just wanted to say the line myself. I wanted to say it because it's so fun to put it in your mouth. I, by the way, am more champion. It makes
now we know it's fun to put it in your mouth.
it is fun to put it in your mouth. Tell me it's not fun to put it in your mouth.
Well, what are we talking about here? Oh,
What happened,
really?
Monica?
Let's not become that podcast, please.
Why have you belched?
That was not me.
I'm talking about the sentence, I, by the way, am world champion.
I know.
It's fun to put it in your mouth.
Sure.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Are you having a stroke?
No, not yet.
Oh, good.
I love the scene where Joanna Baker comes and sits down at the restaurant. I, by the way, am world champion. That scene. And Enzo gives his plate of pasta to Joanna when he sees his mama coming, because mama would get upset if she saw me eating pasta at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then the waiter comes with the order that Enzo had already ordered, and Joanna takes it. Oh, I'm so hungry.
And
she
she'd
says.
already been eating a huge bowl of pasta.
Yeah, she covers for Enzo, which is great. I love that. It's a nice, honest moment of funny, and it puts her right there in the middle of this weird family relationship with Jacques and Enzo and her. I love all of the free diving scenes with Jacques Mayol. The longer that he stays under the water, the more I like it.
Okay.
So the scenes where he's like in the competition with the people down there saying, no, you have to go back up, and he's trying to get away from the line that's brought him down into the depths. Like he's looking for the mermaids, and like he's going to go off, and they're like, no, you're going to go. And then ultimately at one point they pull the balloon on his jacket and send it back up.
Yeah.
I love that scene. I love in the U.S. version, he goes down into the depths and he lets go of the line and he swims out to the dolphin that's there to meet him. And then he comes to the surface and he freestyle swims away from the camera in this ocean of stars as the dolphin jumps over him as he's swimming away. Fucking love that.
That sounds really cheesy.
It looks like the cover of the director's cut.
Yeah.
There. It might be a little bit cheesy. I feel like a lot of the movie is probably cheesy.
Yeah.
But damn it, I love it.
Cool. Thanks for sharing it with me again.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you stuck with it despite its run time.
Longest movie ever.
Longest movie ever. Yeah, for sure.
Ever.
So is did you have a favorite scene? Do you like it even?
My favorite scene is when he's swimming with the dolphin in the ocean.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot.
You forgot what?
In the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I forgot more favorite scenes. When Joanna falls in the dolphinarium, where the dolphins are, they go and visit, and she's got all those balloons, and they're like they're balloons floating on top of the water.
Yeah.
I love that scene when he falls in the dolphinarium, and just swims with dolphins in the dolphinarium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Dolphinarium.
I don't know what it's called. All right. So yeah, good. Would you recommend this?
It would depend on the person.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know that I would recommend this to
If you
everybody.
like just pretty looking movies and peaceful, calm, sweet stories, watch the American version.
For sure. Yeah. And there are even prettier movies. I mean,
Of course there are.
It's a pretty movie, but if you're looking for a pretty movie, I don't know that I would recommend it. Like, oh, you're looking for a pretty movie. It would have to be something specific.
I think it's beautiful, and it's a pretty movie, and you should watch it.
Love it. So you want to do a little butter and toast face jams?
Butter and toast face jams!
What scene should we do, Monica? Miss Monica?
Your butt.
So
it is. It's becoming that. Stop it. We have to stop this.
you did that. You did
Shut
your
up.
butt.
Go.
You did your butt.
What?
So this is the deleted scene called Your Butt.
No.
And this is where Jacques' butt and Joanna's butt are talking to each other in the restaurant. No, we're not going to do that.
Thank you.
What's a good scene?
The one where he chooses death.
Yeah, let's do that.
Death, babe.
Let's do that. Let's do the scene where he chooses death, babe. So, you'll be Joanna? Sound okay?
Because I'm a woman.
You'll be Jacques. How quickly I change.
I'm just kidding.
And that was me changing.
I'm so sorry. Pardon my cough today.
I'm sorry you're coughing today.
Pardon your what?
Your cough.
No, you said pardon my something before I coughed. Ugh, we'll have to play it back.
We can't. It's lost forever. If only we were recording this. Fuckers. So this is the scene where Joanna ends up sending Jacques off into the big blue.
What's going on with you, my love?
I have to go.
Well, the bathroom's right there.
I normally pee in the ocean too. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean I had to go like number 1 or number 2.
What? That's why I said the bathroom's right there.
I know. We're miscommunicating.
It's perfectly stocked with toilet paper.
I know. You've done an amazing job.
It's got a poofy warm seat.
Yeah, it's nice. I have to go see if there are mermaids.
I made it all for you, love.
I know you did. I know. I don't mean to take
There
that
are
away.
mermaids in the bathroom. They're on the shower curtain and the rug.
I know. Those are artistic versions of mermaids. Those are mermaids that aren't real. I need to go visit real.
I got a mermaid tattoo on my body.
I know, my love. I know.
Here.
I know.
And here.
Oh, I know.
And also here.
Oh, I did not know. But now I do know, and my love, those are tattoos.
Yes, but they're mermaids and they're here on my body.
They're not real tattoos to take me away from this earth.
They are real tattoos. I paid for them and they hurt.
I've miscommunicated again. I meant to say they're not real mermaids. I need a real mermaid to take me away from this planet that I don't understand.
Are you saying I'm not good enough for you?
No, my love, no. I'm saying that I need to do this for me.
Have I not done everything you asked? Have I not made a beautiful home for you?
Okay, seriously, you didn't do butt stuff. Honestly.
Oh, come on. That doesn't count.
It so does. I said butt stuff, and you went, I mean, come on. Yeah, the mermaids are nice, but seriously? Seriously.
Well, you can't do butt stuff with a mermaid.
Watch me. Shh.
What's happening?
I'm at the bottom of the ocean now.
Come and see, my love.
And scene. That was awesome.
I'm certain your sound effects are amazing, but I was like, what is he jackhammering? What's going on?
and the look, I wish that I could share the look on her face. I hadn't been looking at her until I said butt stuff, and then the look on her face was like, what the fuck? This is taking a turn.
I ran with it, babe. I ran with it.
You really did. Again, Monica is not a trained improviser.
I don't know that you have to announce that.
She's only improvised about as many podcasts as we've had so far. But I want to send out kudos yet again because she's surprising me each and every time we do this. with how good you are, and your instincts are just great. You're so good. I dig you.
I dig you.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and cut this podcast short.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, that's all we have to say. That's it. And,
We should probably say what the next movie is.
oh,
I mean, we could make a separate podcast, but
yeah, I guess so.
just to announce the next movie.
So
We're on 45.
sure, and it's your movie.
And it's my movie. And my number 45 is So I Married an Axe Murderer.
So I Married an Axe Murderer. That's a fun one.
You don't hate that one, right?
No, not at all.
It's a really cute, funny, stupid, ridiculous, amazing movie with Mike Myers and I can never remember her name. Nancy. What is her name? Who's in this movie? Mike Myers. Alan. Who's in Second City, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alan Arkin.
Alan Arkin.
Nancy Travis.
Nancy Travis.
Look at Mike Myers' picture there.
Yeah. His hair is white.
White-haired.
He's
Mike
the
Myers.
cutest little old man. Oh my gosh, I love this movie so much. There's so many lines that I quote from it all the time. And I watched it 800 times. Who's her sister? Who's Rose?
Amanda Plummer.
Amanda Plummer. Yeah, she's in this and she's hilarious. Everybody in this movie is great. Go watch it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Enjoy. Have a fun romp. We'll see you in the next podcast.
Yeah, this is a good one. So go watch that, and we'll watch that, and we'll talk to you next time.
Woo!
The end.
Toastface
We're gonna toast some face.
Toastface
We're gonna pod some cast.
Toastface
We're gonna toast some face.